What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the BSBN podcast. I'm your host, Patrick, and we have Vic on the right looking like a vertical sandwich over here, and then we got Dan on the top right over here. What's
Don't
going
worry,
on,
he's
guys?
coming home from work.
Yeah.
He's coming home from work. It's no big deal right now.
What's going on,
kind of
guys?
sideways about myself.
Yeah. He's feeling kind of sideways about this weekend's wild card round. Boys, what do we think about the wild card round? How are these games? How'd you enjoy them? Was this a great wild card round? So what was your game of the week? What would we start off with?
To me, this was the most entertaining playoff wildcard round that we have got in the last few years. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, the Chargers and Patriots game and the Texans and Steelers game, those were mainly defensive battles, but we expected that with the Texans. The Patriots, I did not expect their defense to come out like that, and I especially didn't expect Justin Herbert to have as bad as a game he did. But the other four games it was prime playoff games to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I just want to say really quick, Juwan Jennings, the wide receiver of the 49ers, has the same amount of playoff touchdowns as Justin Herbert in his career. I point that out there. Wide receiver Juwan Jennings has the same amount of touchdowns as Justin Herbert does in the playoffs.
I mean, hey, coming from the 49ers and especially the Panthers, who would have expected these two receivers to go off?
Yeah.
You had Cooker in the Panthers who had himself a game, 9 receptions, 134 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then you had him. It just goes to show what these underdog mentality teams do when it comes to the playoffs.
I don't know if I count the 49ers as like an underdog versus the Eagles. I feel like that was a pretty evenly matched game.
I mean, I consider them underdogs because look at the team they have.
Didn't.
Like, they're an injury-prone team, and it's all secondary guys coming in for them.
If that injury-prone shit got thrown out the window like week 8 when they continued winning and towards coming into the playoffs, like it doesn't even matter. At this point, I'm not even giving them any loss. If they do take a loss in this playoffs and they don't win the Super Bowl, then any
Kittle went down too.
Yeah, and Kittle went down, but he's been down all season. I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? But I mean, it is unfortunate. He got an Achilles injury. He is out for the playoffs, George Kittle. But
You heard about it.
Yeah, he went down awkward. It was like an awkward thing. It was like a routine thing, but then,
yeah, it was a very awkward tackle.
Landing. Yeah, and then
foot placement and just very awkward.
So he's out with an Achilles injury. So that does suck for them. And it clearly did show once he was gone. The 49ers played completely different. They went from a lot of, and the announcer even said it, they went from a lot of shotgun drop back passes going to a lot of play action passes. They were doing a lot more play action, a lot more screens, a lot more just wonky plays, and it was working for them regardless, but they found their way.
Can we give props to Greg Jennings with that TD pass to McCaffrey?
Juwan Jennings, not Greg.
Oh yeah, Juwan Jennings. Sorry.
Yeah,
Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings. Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Like that was a great pass, great catch. McCaffrey doing what McCaffrey does. In my eyes, I don't care that everyone says Bijan Robinson's the best. This dude is the best dual threat running back in the league, and it just shows. Like he's been on fire, all season. He's a top 10 wide receiver as a running back, and then he's also got 1,000 yards rushing too. So it's like the guy is just a dual threat, and that scares me more than any just running back. Maybe 300, 400 more yards than him in the run game itself. Like he's a dual threat. When he steps on the field, you don't know what you're getting out of him, and he shows exactly what you're getting out of him when he played.
But that was also a collapse in the defense on the Eagles side. Like Cooper DeJean should have been following him, and he just let him wide open.
DeJean's not. I mean, yeah, there is, but it's like it's everyone's focused on the fact that the running back had not the wide receiver had the ball. They thought it was going to be like some wildcat kind of play, like where he was about to just go and run with the ball. They didn't expect him to throw that ball up, and he was still able to. I thought he was just going to the outside. I wasn't expecting to throw either watching the play. He had the ball. He was trying to go around the out and try to get some yards, and he threw that ball up. And I was like, what?
And he took a hit, too, after the throw.
He did. So, I mean, that was a big play. But, I mean, as a defensive end, you're trying to look in. He thought he had safety help. The safety also came in and just wide open, and there he goes. He had a touchdown. So I mean, it's just one of those things. We're going to talk about it, but A.J. Brown, very, very uncomfortable and very not happy with his performance or the fact that he wasn't getting the ball. He had 7 targets, 3 receptions, and he was very frustrated. Him and Nick, what's his name? Saraceni, what's his name? How do you say his name? Saraceni. They were fighting on the sideline. Definitely not happy with one another. There's been an ongoing thing all season. We'll talk about that later on, but he had a couple of big drops that the Eagles could have definitely used. And it's not like he was tackled on some of these things. These were just through the hand, just dropped. It just was not good. And that was like a big thing we've seen this week through a lot of the big wide receivers happening. Nico Collins had a couple. DK Metcalf had a couple, which got him basically not the rest of the game after the first quarter. A lot of these were not catching the ball, but
I mean, even the Bears receivers were struggling in the first half against the Packers.
Yeah, but they ended up finding it though. Like a lot of these games, I don't know how you guys feel, but a lot of these games first halves were all just very like slow, and shit just kicked off in the fourth quarter for like every game.
Yep.
And it was just like constant. It was like defense back and forth, bad offense, and then the fourth quarter came, and now we're getting. Which, by the way, I want to talk about the bear down, baby, because oh my God, the Bears, damn comeback.
That was the best game of the week.
Oh, it was just so good, so good.
That was the most exciting game all playoff week.
You were just like enthralled with the entire thing. It was like when it was like 21-6
comeback in the fourth quarter.
Yep, they came back, and it was like they had a 2% chance of winning with 11 minutes left on the clock, and then they ended up coming back and just beautiful plays all around. And I thought it was a mistake. I was so scared for the Bears when they got that touchdown with 1 minute and 40 seconds. They gave Jordan Love
Green Bay's kicker though fucked them.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah,
he ruined it for them. They had multiple chances to win that game with those extra points and field goals, and he was shellacking shit.
What did we talk about all year? The kicking has been atrocious this year. All year, and in the playoffs, it showed again.
Guys in the soccer league, bro. They need to figure something out.
Yeah, they need Messi over here. Get Messi fucking, yo, kicking some
Ronaldinho out of retirement, bro. Let him punch some fucking field goals.
Because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, the Packers could have won if it wasn't for those two missed field goals by the kicker.
Yeah, Cam Little for the Jaguars.
Yep.
Also missed the field goal.
He missed a big field goal. Big field goal.
Yep. And it meant the whole thing, because now instead of down by 4, you're down by 1, and that's a whole different game. Because now all you got to do is get in range and kick a field goal, but now you got to go get a touchdown, and it's a little bit harder.
Even the announcers were saying all you had to do is get him to that 50-yard line, and he would have made a kick. And because he's been all season, he's been the best kicker this year.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised.
He's been the biggest.
He's been so accurate. That guy's been phenomenal. I was surprised he missed that field goal.
Yeah, and so like that's just
at
like
home too, bro. Like there ain't no wind in Florida, bro. That was just straight up choke.
Just terribleness. Yeah, that wasn't good. And that's just like it's been all playoff long. Every kicker feels like they've missed some big like field goal. I think it even happened with the 49ers and Eagles game. Texans happened.
You also had the miss PAT where he line drives it.
It just went straight left. It's like, bro, that looked like someone did the math where they went way too high up on the thing. It just swung, and that was it. It's like it was overboard. And it just like went out of the stadium. I was like, bro, what? That wasn't even remotely close. You should have gotten fired like in the game. The ref should have thrown a flag like kicker's been fired, and that's it. You should have just lost your job, because that's crazy. But no, kicking is atrocious all year. It's been bad. Notoriously bad. I've not seen kicking this bad in my entire life, it feels like. And it's been bad all year. Now the playoffs, it's a big thing. It's like now field goals are now starting to look like you're lucky if you get a good kicker. Now I'm like, bro, maybe we should start upping like the draft stock of a kicker because it shows how important they are now at this point. It's getting kind of annoying.
But is it that, or is it just special teams coming up with new ways to try to pressure the kicker that we haven't seen too?
I just think it's because like the ball's not getting like it's just the kicker, bro. It's not like I'm seeing anything
Your job is still to make a field goal. Like that's it. That's your sole purpose of the game, of your career, is to just kick the ball in the uprights. You fucked that up.
Yeah.
Unless there's like 30-mile-per-hour winds going on, and you miss, all right, you get a little leeway. But if you miss it at home at Florida,
wins.
And you're like a perfect kicker, and there's no reason you're not 60 yards plus, you should be drilling that. You missing that on your own. That ain't
10 out of fucking 10.
That's the kicker.
And I think during the game they said that he was from 50 and beyond. He was 27 or 26 for like 29 or something. I think he only missed one kick from that distance.
It was bad
all year.
Yeah, it was bad. And then speaking of that game though, that was another great game. I was talking with Vic, that was like another game that was like could have been like one of the best playoff games I've seen like ever. Super Bowl game.
All I gotta say about that game is that is the farthest tush push that has
that tush push.
I was watching it.
I ain't never seen anything like that.
I messaged you guys in the Discord. I was like, talk about a touch push. They pushed Josh Allen. What? 20 yards or 10 yards?
That was more than an inch. They was like they a 10, 15-yard run on a fucking switch push. Like, bro, what's going on here? I was like,
bro, he almost got the touchdown too on that.
They were trying. That guy wasn't going down. Josh was in the zone, bro. That's why they won that game.
Yeah,
the defense played pretty lights out. But
and we said that's what it was going to come down to. It was going to be like we already knew the running defense was going to be crazy. Like Cook, we bet on him. He didn't do anything. Like it was kind of a must that Josh Allen had to play perfect.
He didn't even have 50 yards, I don't think.
No.
Cook.
And it's like, and that's like the terrible part. And so we have to look at the whole game had to rely on. All right, is Josh Allen going to play perfect? And if he plays perfect, we're good.
And he did.
And he played exactly how he needed to.
They did figure out the run game to get the passing game open.
I mean, I feel like I don't know because like he didn't really run much, James Cook.
He didn't run much, but he ran enough to get the passing game open because in the second half, that run defense was not what it was in the first half.
Yeah, well, because they had exactly. They had to focus more on the pass and whatnot, and it did show. But Buffalo.
I tell you though, Jacksonville's running back is very talented.
It's
bro.
Teddy Jr. That guy, absolutely.
That guy's a beast, and he's a dual threat as well.
Speaking of,
he played his dad's off.
ETN is definitely one of the more underrated running backs in the league.
We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this on another podcast, but I just want to ask real blunt, quick. Are we excited about Jacksonville next year? Do you feel like this can be a consistent for them? Do you feel like that is, or do you feel like this is kind of like a flukish kind of thing for them?
No, I feel like, and I've seen people talk about this too. Liam Cohn came into this team and started switching up the offense to work in favor of Trevor Lawrence. We've seen Trevor Lawrence had one of the best seasons of his career under this head coach. They got their guy in Jacksonville as head coach. And you're seeing the offense operate a whole lot differently than the last few years. They're running a lot more play actions. They're scheming the offense differently to get their players chances. The Jacoby Meyer pickup was huge for them because he came in and was the number one guy for Trevor Lawrence through the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what they do in a full year with that squad, hopefully. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be
Hunter back next year too.
Yeah, which I mean looks good. I mean, so we'll see how that going. But yeah, I was just wondering how you guys felt about them after this whole year. But yeah, no. Talk about the Bears, the Bills, and then we could just jump straight into the Rams and Panthers. Actually, I'm talking about the Rams because the Rams the Rams to me, like, they won the game, but like it felt like
Yeah.
they didn't win the game.
That game shouldn't be as close as it was, man. I was very scared because at the half, I was like, okay, this game is 14-0. The Panthers aren't going to come back. So I closed out of watching it for a
I
while.
was watching all
I come back and it's the Panthers have the lead. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, the Panthers. Their quarterback is what kept them in that game. That kid led them to a comeback. You know, like I feel like the Rams should have. I called them blowing them out, and I feel like they should have, but I can't. Unfortunately, you just can't discredit teams in the playoffs because look, they were a 10.5 spread favorite, and look at the way the game ended and how it progressed from the first half. You know,
that was the game.
A team that slipped in, that everyone was counting out, came in and battled the Rams. Yeah, they lost, but that Young, right? That's his name.
Yeah,
Bryce Young. He did a hell of a job staying composed, man. Like he could have just let that get so bad. Like, been 7, I think, in the third at one point, but he was able to just get back, and they took the lead. I think at one point too. I think it was 24-20 or something like that. But yeah, I thought the Rams would have definitely ran away with that one. So I don't know if I want to say it's like a red flag that they only won by such a small margin against the Panthers. It's because it's playoffs, bro. Like, anything can happen.
Oh, absolutely, anything could happen.
Denver didn't play great anyway, right? Didn't he have like 2 turnovers or something?
Yeah, he had like 2 interceptions, something like that. I just thought like they did not play the best in my eyes. It was just like nothing was really working out.
They got to figure it out because that was one of their weaker teams going into the playoffs, obviously, in the first round. I don't know if they came up with the schedules already yet.
Oh, yeah, they did, which we'll go into.
Next week.
Yeah, which we'll go into, where we are. I have the schedule pulled up already, so we'll go over the days. Well, now I'll make sure I go in order here this time around because we kind of went mishmash the last one. So we'll just go in order for this one. But yeah, no, definitely, I agree. I'm gonna give flowers to Bryce Young because, man, I gave up on him as a QB when he first got into the league because him and Anthony Richardson were like so bad, right? Anthony Richardson is like the laziest piece of shit on the team of the Colts, and Bryce Young I thought was gonna be another bust just like him because he didn't do good. But you know what? I think Vic has mentioned 1,000 times already with the Jets. People are giving up on quarterbacks way too goddamn early. And you know what? The Panthers, they gave him a little bit of a break. They put Andy Dalton in. And then Bryce Young, since being benched, came back this year. And he's been phenomenal. He did a great season with not a lot of receivers. And he has McMillan there, which is great. I would love to see them get a weapon over there. And that would be nice to see. But yeah, no, like with him and Dowdle and whatnot, a full season, I think, with maybe like one more weapon to give him something else to kind of feed off of. Bryce Young might be like an underrated kind of quarterback that I'm looking at to like be like kind of decent. And I think maybe maybe he will get a little bit better. Maybe he's getting into the mindset now. Maybe he's got like he's got the team on his back. Like the team respects him. So and I respect him too. He's gained my damn respect after this year. Much props to him. I give him my flowers because that was just a hell of a performance.
I don't know if you saw this before the playoffs started, but I saw reports coming out of Carolina that Dowell's not happy about not getting
the full,
number one, running back 1 snaps.
So
you might have.
Bro, I didn't even know who the hell he was until this season, though, bro.
Yeah,
he's been in the league for 6 years. You know what I mean? This must have been like his most like eye-opening season, and now he's doing that.
Which kind of like throws me red flags myself, but even if they were to get rid of him, there's backs in the upcoming draft if they wanted to go after someone in like a late 3rd, 4th round. I've been looking up some of it because I did reports as well. There's other people you could possibly replace him with, and I'm sure like. It's
Hubbard's still their number 1 guy, right? He was just injured this year.
Hubbard is their number 1 guy.
I don't even know if he's one guy now because I think Dowdle's been getting the number 1 snaps since like he got back. He came in for like maybe 3 games. Did he? He had more snaps in him in the. Okay, see, I didn't see the rest of the stats for it. I didn't feel like it when I was going. Maybe because Hubbard didn't feel like he was making that much of an impact in my eyes, but I felt like I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe that's my fault then. But yeah, if he is the number one guy.
Hubbard had 46 yards. Dowell had 9 yards.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe
Yeah,
it's like we're getting.
I needed him to get 20. I would have been golden, man. The 1 week, you don't want to get 20 yards? Oh, killed me. Anyway.
He had a 17-legger, and he only needed that. And that was crazy to me.
17-legger?
I saw
17-legger
that
with $1 for 6 and change.
When I saw
and
that,
all you needed was for Dowell to get 20 yards.
Aren't you fucking so pissed that you cashed out last night?
Oh, yes. Bro,
oh, yeah, we were talking about this just before.
Man, I need some advice. I'm like, if this is me, I would cash out. Because you don't know. I didn't know that Houston was going to blow them out 36. I would have took the fucking spread 5 times over with $200 on each time on it if I'd have known. Did you hit anything? You didn't hit anything, right?
No one got touchdowns. Nico Collins went out.
Wait,
Metcalf stopped getting catches in the first.
Hold on. Look at the bright side. Did you still retain some money even after placing those bets?
That's what I mean. Yes, I did. I still retained.
It's dropped from $5.
Yeah.
Try again next week, buddy.
Fucking is what it is. Yeah, no. So for reference, guys, I put like a I was doing like a parlay this week, and so I did every team. Now the Rams game screwed me, so I had to make a new one. That's right, 'cause I forgot the spread. That 10-5 spread that I took, I was like, oh, that should be a cinch. No, it wasn't. So I remade the bet, and I had the Bills on money line. I had the 49ers on the spread for +6. I had the Patriots on their spread for -3, and I had the Texans -3. Now, I had 4 out of the 5, and I asked Vic, I was like, bro, the Texans game kind of got me a little worried. I don't know how I'm feeling about C.J. Stroud right now, and I am a fan of C.J. Stroud, but I just wasn't sure. And he's like, bro, I would just cash out if you're not sure. But if it was me, I'd cash out and make all the bets. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not even gonna think about it. He said cash out. I'm just gonna cash. And I retained, so I got $65 from it. I would have won $209, and none of the other bets I hit won. But it's okay. I'm have to look at the negative that I lost $150. I'm trying to think of the positive that I gained $65, and that's enough for me to at least keep my sanity. But all right.
I mean, since we're on the topic, that Texans defense is gonna be a nightmare for any team they match up.
And they're versus the Patriots, so we're actually gonna jump. In, we're gonna jump into the next round here. So we're gonna jump into the divisional round. We're gonna do our predictions here for the divisional round. And we're gonna start off with this game, guys. This is another one of those marquee matchups. These are all great matchups. Now, at this point, there is no weak link that I'm looking at for a matchup. These are all great right now, and I'm excited for them. But our first matchup happens on Saturday, January 17th at 30 p.m. on CBS. It's the Denver Broncos hosting the Buffalo Bills. Broncos are the favorite by 1.5. What do we think about this matchup? I know. What do we think about this matchup? How do you guys feel about it? What's your prediction going into this match?
You want to go first, Vic?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. I'm taking the game changer over the game manager. That's what I'm doing, because Bo Nix is a game manager, bro. He ain't going to make those plays like Josh Allen does. Now, yeah, they got a great defense, but I just seen Josh Allen's team go out and take out a great defense, especially a great run defense. So I'm sure Cook will bounce back. I have a better running game than 46 yards or whatever the hell it was that he had, which will definitely alleviate.
Get a buck and change?
Possibly.
What are you asking? If I would bet on a buck and change and a touchdown?
Yeah. Let me pull up my betting app real quick. So you
I
would
would
take him
with
for
$1.
What do you think you would take him at? Like, as a minimum?
No, because that's what I think Cookie's gonna get this week. A buck and change.
A buck and change.
If I wanted to be safe, I'd say 80 plus on the ground and a touchdown. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills, man. You know, they're gonna feel so good after going away and grabbing a big win against Jacksonville. While Denver's been sitting, getting cold, waiting to see who they're gonna play. And I don't know. That offense is pretty solid, But, like, I don't know, man. I feel like Buffalo's so tested, man. Like, they've played all these great teams, whether they won or lost. And I just can't take myself away from Josh and this being his year. Especially after just watching what he just did to Jacksonville. He was perfect. What he threw one touchdown and he rushed for like 2 or 3. Huh?
And
yeah, he
got banged up too.
Yeah, he got banged up big time in that game. But you didn't see him out complaining like Richardson did, like, I'm tired. Like, hell no. You know? Like,
no.
Dude's a warrior.
He said, "Fuck going in the blue booth. I'm going in the next play. I can care less."
Three different areas he got hurt, and then he comes out and gives you a 10-yard tush push. Is like, yeah, what's up? This was supposed to be QB sneak, cuz. You know what I mean? Like, bro, Buffalo all the way. Buffalo's going to do it. Finding ways to win, finding ways to stay in the game. Defense will step up and make a big play, and Cook will have a better game. I think it'll be a close game. I hate the freaking spread. I ain't taking the spread on that game.
No, definitely not.
I don't know. I took the over this week, too, and I just missed it. But I don't know what the over and under is on that either. But, yeah, I'm taking Buffalo.
What about you, Dan? What do you have on the
Yeah, I'm going to have to completely agree with what Vic said over here. Like, you're looking at, and don't get me wrong, a first-round bye is good. But also, if you're one of these wild card teams, you're carrying off momentum you got from the win. And these teams that got the bye are sitting at home. Okay, yeah, you're practicing, but you're sitting at home, not having a game. That one more game ahead of you is a big advantage for all these teams coming in. And I just think with the way the Bills beat the Jaguars, I mean, yeah, the game was close and everything, but their defense showed up in big prime key spots, especially in that fourth quarter when they picked off the tip, when they picked off Trevor Lawrence off the tip to solidify the game. You're coming off some big momentum over there to carry into this Denver game. And yeah, you're going into Denver. Obviously, the temperature is going to be a lot different, but you play in Buffalo.
Also.
You play in Buffalo, so you already know the weather that's going to possibly be in Denver. That's no change for your atmosphere, but you have the home crowd behind them. Denver has the home crowd behind them. But the way Josh Allen battled through that game, I just think he knows what this playoff means to him, and he's just coming out looking completely different this year. I don't think Bo Nix can match that kind of competition.
Which I'm actually going to go into here right now. I just want to read off a couple stats here that for me are key. Now, I spoke about this with Daniel Jones with his QB TD to interception ratio, right? Now, they're both pretty similar. They both have 25 touchdowns. Josh Allen has 10 interceptions. Bo Nix has 11. Here's the difference for me, right? Josh Allen has 300 yards, give or take, a little less probably, than Bo Nix, right? So they're 3,600 and 3,900. The difference to me is Bo Nix has nearly 150 more passing attempts and has that, like, so it's like 2 yards basically, 2 yards a completion that he's basically missing off of it per thing. And the running back is nearly as good as James Cook. J.K. Dobbins has less than 800 yards this season. So when I'm looking at this offense for the Bills, the only thing that I'm to be a problem is Denver's defense. I don't feel that Bo Nix right now, and it's no shot to them because you can go back to the first podcast where I talked about it, because Denver was actually my dark horse to win the division. But I said they could win it over the Chiefs this year, and I was right. I didn't expect them to be number 1 seed, but again, I didn't expect the Bears to be number 2 seed, and they got that there too. But I said the Broncos would be better this year, and I believe in what I do. But I just do not think right now he's going to have what it takes to go against someone like Josh Allen. Vic described it perfectly. It's the game manager versus the game changer. And I'm looking at the game changer to change this game and make it his own. I don't think the defense is going to be enough of a problem. They've already gotten through the hardest defense I feel like could have versed, which would have been the Jaguars. And I know they're not the greatest defense out of all of them. I think the Texans might have
probably the hardest defense right now.
But it's not. But that's more of like a pass. That's more of a pass rush defense and whatnot. The Jaguars are really good at containing the run, and the Bills, if you can contain James Cook, you could pretty much contain most of their offense. but they got around it clearly. And I think that the Browns aren't going to be enough to kind of take over and stop James Cook this time around. And again, Josh Allen, I think, is just Josh Allen. And I think he'll come away with the playoff experience being what he has, and he's going to take over this game. It's not pressurized for him as nearly as much. And I do think they will get the second road win on the playoffs and beat the Broncos. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, because I don't expect it to be a blowout. Anytime Buffalo plays, I'm not expecting it to be a blowout, because their offense just is it's a weird offense. They don't have the greatest offense, in my opinion, but they still make it work. It's questionable. But yeah, I do think that they still end up coming away with the win there. I don't think the defense for the Broncos are going to scare Josh Allen in my eyes. So I will take the Buffalo Bills in this one as well. If I am taking, Vic, you asked about the over and under. The over under now is 46.5 is what the over under is for this one. So I would probably I'm taking the over on this one. It's a low number. So I'm taking 46.5.
You know what would be a great freaking Super Bowl, man, now that I'm just thinking about it?
Oh.
Buffalo and Chicago.
That's my bro. That's like one of the ones I want. That's like, if you were going to do the bracket challenge, it's one of those ones that I'm like,
2 games.
I want that in there, bro. That's like great.
That'd be awesome.
That would be phenomenal. I would love that.
Where is the Super Bowl this year?
Super Bowl is California. Yeah, they're playing Santa Clara, California. I don't know if they're playing. If that is them. Then I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing in the Chargers home stadium.
They need to go play somewhere cold.
Yeah, bring it back to New York again.
Yeah. Was that when Peyton Manning got annihilated by Seattle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Never again.
First shot of the game.
Don't bring it back.
Oh my Lord.
Bring it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's when. And that was Peyton Manning's first year in Denver. That whole game.
I think an unbiased thing. I think that I don't know if I unbiased, but I think the Super Bowl should be exclusively, unless they're playing there, but I think it should be like a switch between Lambeau Field and Soldier Field. Those 2 fucking stadiums you need to be playing at in the middle of January. That's what February. That's where I want to see him at. That's where I want to see him at. Like those are just 2 fields that I like for me. Like those are football. Those 2 stadiums alone are football to every definition, and I want to see more of it. There's just the atmosphere there for the game this week was just incredible, and I would love to see that more. But those are the 2 stadiums I would like to see him at. Would be those 2. So like if they could find a way to kind of maybe alternate them every year or something, I don't fucking know, but just make it between those 2. I don't want to see no more California crap, but I get it, but still I don't like it.
As neutral and as in good conditions as possible, they want.
Fuck the good conditions. It's football. Next game, Saturday night, 8 p.m., we have the Seattle Seahawks, on Fox, by the way. We have the Seattle Seahawks hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Spread on this one is Seattle in favor with 7.5. So that's like a bigger spread here, which I'm surprised about that. And
this is hard to predict for me.
Rams are getting 7.5?
Yes, they're getting 7.5, and under on this one, it's 44.5. Very low ones.
Taking the spread for the Rams and the over.
He's talking about the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. 49ers. Did I say San Francisco Rams? My bad. San Francisco 49ers and the Seahawks. My bad. The Seahawks are getting 7.5. The 49ers are getting 7.5.
Oh, no, that changes it that much.
This one's definitely hard because the way that the 49ers have been playing, their defense looks extremely good coming into the playoffs. With injuries, yeah.
With injuries.
I mean, Hendricks back there is at the middle linebacker position for them. Totally took over for the Fred Warner loss since coming over during the deadline. And this 49ers team is just resilient. It's just a resilient team. They find ways to win. And you saw it against Philadelphia. Nobody expected them to mount that comeback. And then you had those... I mean, at that point, I don't think anybody was expecting it, but they did it. they found a way to do it. And I'm not throwing any shade to this 49ers team. They've been banged up. They've been going in and taking care of business. And Seattle's going to be in for a hell of a match. I do think it's going to be close, but what Sam Darnold's going to show up? That's my main question.
Would you take the spread?
I take the spread. I take the spread in favor of San Fran. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I would not take the spread because I don't think this is going to be within 7 games or 7 points.
I absolutely think it will be.
I think this is going to be a very close game. And like I said, what Sam Darnold...
Then how come they won't give it the
I think it's going to be a very close game.
What are you talking about? It's going to be a very, very close game. I'm not giving San Fran 7.5 points.
37.
No, but my whole key here is what Sam Darnold are we going to see? Because he's sitting a week, and like we said, Seattle and the Broncos both had buys. What team is going to come? What teams are we going to see from these two teams? I just think, as it stands now, I would have to go with the 49ers riding the momentum and say the 49ers are going to win by a field goal. But this is going to be a very close game.
I'm taking Seattle.
I said I'm not taking the spread.
You're not taking the spread, and you have it being a field goal. Listen to him when it comes to betting. Just don't. Just leave him alone. You stay out of it. Go ahead, Vic. My bad. You were saying you got Seattle in this one?
Taking Seattle, and I'm taking the over. I don't think they're going to be able to stop this kid, this cat over there, Jackson Jigma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's just too high power, man. It's consistent. I don't think there's been a game where he's been like he hasn't done anything. Like he's the focal point of that offense success. Obviously, Sam Darnold plays a big part of that, but he gets open, man, and he makes huge plays. And I'm sure he's going to find ways to expose the defense. And that's hard to do, to play from behind, like for San Fran. Like, I get they did it against Philly, but you're going into Seattle, right? Is that Seattle?
Yep, it's in Seattle.
It's gonna be just as hard to come back, if not harder. Maybe you see a stronger San Fran team come out. I don't know. They said, they're on the bye, but that receiver, man, and the defense, I confidently am going to take Seattle. I'd like to see the 49ers win, don't get me wrong. But also Kittle being out is a blow. So it's kind of like Seattle knows, all right, well, they won that game off of play action, so they might lean heavier towards there. Obviously, I know Shanahan will get creative, we'll make them be like, we're going to be one-dimensional. And I'm not saying McCaffrey ain't going to have a good game. I'm sure they'll get him involved. I think Jigma is going to get it done for Seattle, and the defense holds. I think it'll be a close game. I am not going to take the spread in favor of Seattle, obviously, because I don't think it's going to be a 7-point game. I could see it being like a 3-point game, and maybe even 4. Someone gets a 2-point conversion or something. But, I'll take the over, though, if it's at 44.
Okay. I'm taking right now, for me, I'm taking the 49ers. For a couple of reasons. Now, one, we talked about previously. We spoke.
I don't hear you, Pat. Could be me.
Yeah, Pat, you're
here. Yeah. Bro, where's the Hall of Fame wall over there too, bro? What happened? Kid hasn't gotten it done yet? You enjoy it, right? Yeah, no doubt. Change yours.
What, he's setting up a wall behind him?
Yeah, he should have had it done already. He's slacking. Why you leave you can't leave the call, right? Because he's heading this whole operation.
I think we're good. Your bar's coming up green. Just talk.
Can you hear me now?
No.
No? Now I can't hear you. What the fuck? Yo?
Hello? You hear
You
us?
hear me? Yes, I hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Jeez. All right. I have to cut that out. That's like 30 minutes, something like that. I was trying to say that I'm going to take the 49ers in this. We've spoken about the 12, and we'll go over the wall. Yes, I haven't set it up fully yet, but it actually is a work in progress. I'll show you maybe after stream or something like that, but it is in progress right now. But yeah, no, Dan, I have a whole wall that's going to go behind me, thanks to Vic as well. But I have a couple of things that I'm hanging up on my wall here soon. I have to get more command strips to get them up there. But what's it called? I'm taking the 49ers. We talked about how strong that the Seattle is, with their crowd behind them. It's a building. But the thing is, 49ers fans travel well. They don't slack. So for me, I feel like it's going to be a rough crowd, especially being the big game. They're going to travel well. So I don't feel like the 12 is going to be near.
Not that far from.
They're not that far at all.
In the Bay Area either.
So they're for me, they're going to travel good, and I feel like I'm going to see a good amount of red in that stadium. Now, as well as that, they played twice this year. Obviously, their divisional games. They were both close games. The first one was 17-13, and the second game was, I think, 13-3. But what's called the 49ers already won in their first encounter in Seattle, and then the Seattle beat them in the 49ers stadium. So for me, I am taking the 49ers here because it's already been close games. I like the spread, personally. I'm taking the spread in favor of the 49ers. It's 7.5. Even if you feel it's going to be a close game, I feel like the 49ers. Is
he cutting out for you, Dan, or is it just me?
Am I cutting out?
No. You're
okay.
Good. I think it's just driving and everything.
Oh, good. Yeah, so much.
All right.
Yes, I'm taking them because I feel like the spread, like just in general, 7.5. If you feel it's going to be a close game, I feel like regardless, that's a good thing for 49ers. If you're taking the spread, 7.5 is a generous margin. I took them this week against the Eagles, got that one as well. And I just feel like the defense is the defense. It is what it is. And they're off. I feel like they're very even. Not even, but I feel like there's a slighter edge in my eyes to the 49ers. But JSN and Sam Darnold are going to be a heavy matchup here for them. But I'm like, without really any rhyme or reason other than the fact that I just feel like they're two great teams. And I think the 49ers are going to kind of just have a little bit more of an edge in my eyes. I'm taking the 49ers. I don't really have
Is this Sam Darnold's first playoff appearance, or did he make it with Minnesota?
No, first playoff appearance, I think. They didn't make it. Minnesota didn't make it last year, no?
They didn't go with the Jets, but they make it with the Vikings, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, Minnesota didn't make it last year, no?
He had a great season when he was with the Vikings, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but also that division's been tough now for the last few seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Did he make a playoff appearance?
I don't think they made it last year.
Dan, look it up and let us know, because I haven't seen.
First playoff game, then, too. That's another thing to take into account.
If it is his first playoff game, and even if it's not, he hasn't had much experience with it in general. But then you also have Brock Purdy, but he's also made the Super Bowl. This is not his first rodeo.
No, they did make the playoffs.
I say so. That's what I'm saying. So,
he did.
So whatnot? Like, I assume it was only wild card round.
Yeah, it was wild card.
That's it.
He went for 25 for 40 with 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 9 sacks.
Average. 9 sacks. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Damn. All right. Well, now we know why.
Who did they play?
Don't know, but 9 sacks is crazy.
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit sounds right. Yeah.
No, Detroit was a bye team. No.
Okay, well, you have it all up there. You let us know.
I just looked at the stats.
You're looking at the
I'm
stats.
going to see.
What's the game, bro? You are pissing me off with everything you were doing right now. Just fucking. All right, whatever. I'm done. Done with Dan. Fucking looking for another co-host here. Yeah, but no, but I'm taking the 49ers in that one. And then I'm gonna we'll move into the next one here. We're gonna go on today's games real quick. So we have Vic. You're for the Seahawks, right? You said.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick. I don't disagree with it really that much. I just think.
They played the Rams.
They played the Rams,
and the Rams absolutely dominated them.
Yeah.
27-9.
There you go. That sounds about right. All right, then I'm going to go here. We're going to go into Sunday's game. Sunday, 3 o'clock on ESPN and ABC. it's going to be the number 2 seed Patriots hosting the number 5 seed Texans, the Houston Texans. We had the Patriots here at the 3 for the spread, so they're favored by 3, and the over and under here is going to be 40.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I think me and Vic are gonna have the same picks here.
Let's hear it.
I'm going Texans, man. This defense is gonna. I'm sorry, but Drake May has been good all year, but this Texans defense. We thought Aaron Rodgers were gonna tear them apart, and look at what happened to that. They went into Pittsburgh and just.
I didn't think he was going to tear them up. I had them winning that game.
Yeah, but you know how some fans are. They think that, that defense isn't. So, yeah, people did think that Aaron Rodgers was going to do damage against them. I didn't, because their defense has been one of the better teams, one of the best, if not the best defense in the league all year.
Yeah, they've been like a top 3 defense.
But, Jesus Christ, what they did against that Steelers team, they had nothing going on. They couldn't get anything going. And you saw how pissed Aaron Rodgers was after that first drive. So
yeah, we'll talk about
Drake
that as well.
May, you've been having a great season this year, but going up against this defense is going to be very tough for you in this Patriots offense. And I don't think can the Patriots defense do what they did against Justin Herbert? Absolutely, and get 6 sacks. But because we all know how inconsistent the Texans O-line has been to give C.J. Stroud pressure, or to dilute the pressure that C.J. Stroud faces. But I just think this Texans defense is going to come up and make these big plays and give the Texans a chance to fight this battle. I'm going to have the Texans winning this. And I'm going to take the spread in favor of the Texans.
What's the spread? 3?
3, yeah.
3.
So New England's getting 3?
New England's getting 3, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans too. I mean, I still don't trust that offense. I mean, like you guys said, they scored 14 points on defense against Pittsburgh. I'm sure the defense will look just as good as they did against Pittsburgh. I don't think they'll only hold New England to 6 points just because it's like Drake May's got better command over his offense than Aaron Rodgers did, and he'll do a better job of making some more plays, even though he didn't impress me. I didn't watch the game, but I briefly brushed over his stats, and the Chargers have a decent defense, it's a little better than decent, but he didn't, and I had them losing to the Chargers anyway because fuck him. But yeah, if the defense plays the same way they did against Pittsburgh, I don't see any reason why they lose this game. Even without Nico being in concussion protocol and he doesn't play, I don't even think he made that big of a factor. As I said, the defense is what scored them half of their points. So C.J. Stroud just has to be good enough. And I mean, the defense is that whole team to me, man. I mean, I really don't give any credit to the Texans offense.
Not at all.
The defense over there scores you 14 points. If not, that game is mediocre. It's like 15-6. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it looks like a bunch of field goals.
It was that for a long time.
So, and one of those turnovers came at the end of the game anyway, of a 2-minute drive, the pick 6. But yeah, I think it ain't gonna be no 30-6 game. It's just, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure New England will do a better job of putting points on the board, maybe sustaining drives, trying to tire out the defense. I think they have a more equipped team than Pittsburgh does. But if the defense shows up as they have the whole last half of the season, mid to last half of the season, and they can do what they did and replicate what they did in Pittsburgh and get pressure on May and force him to make some irresponsible or questionable throws or decisions, I think they'll come out on top. I don't know if I'm going to bet that game at all. What was the over again? 40?
40.5.
40.5.
And the spread is 3.
I would take the over in that game just because they put up 30 points on Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh, New England's defense looks kind of similar, I'm sure, on paper. And I can guarantee that defense will put up at least maybe 10 points. So, yeah, I'm going to take the over.
I'm taking the Patriots in this one. I am going to be the different one here. And I think I had the Patriots in this one just because, again, I feel like, yeah, the defense is that team, right? The defense is what wins that game. Like, if it is going to be a win here for them. So, for me, if the defense has to play incredible, which they have, it's not like it's unheard of. They're going to play great. I have no doubt in that. Lasker over there at the cornerback is fantastic. They look amazing. Don't get me wrong, Texans, and I like the Texans too. So I'm not even like I love C.J. Stroud. I want to see him do good, even though he's been kind of like shitty. And I'm going to take that into consideration when I think that the offense for the Patriots is better than the Pittsburgh offense by far. And I'm going to take them to kind of get holes out of this offense that Pittsburgh just could not fill. Because Pittsburgh's offense has to have been one of the worst in my eyes in the league in general to make it to the playoffs. So, I mean, they probably were even behind Carolina in my eyes as far as offensive production goes. And for me, I'm going to take the Patriots. I just think that the offense is going to do a little bit better than Pittsburgh's, but I also feel like the offense for the Texans aren't going to do as good for the Texans. I think they're going to do, but not enough to stop Drake May, not enough to stop their tight end, Henry, not enough to stop Stevenson or freaking anyone else on that team. I don't know if I could see that happening. I can't see it happening, but I am going to take the Patriots. I am also going to take the -3 spread here for the Patriots as well. I will take them at -3 just because, again, Stroud's offensive line had messed up 3 separate snaps. There were so many fumbles that game. There were 5 turnovers or 5 different fumbles/interceptions for that offense, and I just don't see Stroud and that offense having nearly as good. Like Vic said, maybe their defenses on paper are the same, the Patriots and Pittsburgh. And if that is the case, and they end up playing just like Pittsburgh's defense, then I Patriots definitely got this in the bag. I am taking them at the -3 spread, and I'm taking them to win the game. So we have 2 for the Texans and 1 in favor of the Patriots for this game. But I would love to see the Bills versus the Patriots in the conference. So that's what I got here rolling for me. And then we'll move on to the last game of the divisional round. This one's a great one. The Bears at the 2 seed hosting the Rams at the 5 seed Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC or Peacock. And the Rams are favorited by -3.5. Who do you guys got here on this one? And I'll give you the over-under as well. Here, give me 1 second. My bad. The over-under for this game. The over-under for this game is going to be 48.5. The last one by far.
For this one, I think I'm going to have to... Man, this is hard to choose. Because the Rams are going into Soldier
Field.
Yeah. And, oh, man, that crowd is going to be... It's going to be an insane atmosphere. Because the Bears have the first time making the divisional playoffs in how long? I think they said... a few years now.
Since Jay Cutler, because they haven't been in a playoff match since Jay Cutler. So I mean, since
they did look good, but then again, the fourth quarter comeback, and if the Rams look the way they did, this game is going to be brutal for them, and the Bears can come out winning this if they keep it as close, or if they keep it in a fighting distance. The Bears are going to battle back and try to take this game away. So, with that being said, the way the Rams performed against the Patriots or the Panthers didn't surprise me enough to be like, oh, they could make it to the conference championship round. I'm going to have to go Bears here.
Taking the
Just because of the resilience that they have.
Okay. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm going to go. This is a tough one, man, but I'm going to take the Bears, too, just because Caleb, man. That's my boy right there. And they're at home. and they looked phenomenal against Green Bay, even though they were missing their best defensive player. But they just look so good all around, and to come back too like that. I definitely think it'll be a high scoring game. I might even take the over on that game just because I think it'll be a high scoring game through the first half into the second half. But I've seen so many times too that Chicago, when they get into those gunslinging games at a high score, and they come out on top. So yeah, I think both the QBs are going to have some stats, but I think Chicago will get it done.
You're taking the spread. You said you're taking the over, right?
Yeah, I'm probably take the over on that.
All right, yeah, I'm taking the Bears as well, because I think just the Bears
The Bears.
I'm taking the Bears as well, because just for me, I don't know, coming off of that game against Green Bay, yeah, I mean Green Bay wasn't the favorite going in, at least in my eyes, they weren't. I don't care what the spread said, but for me, they weren't supposed to be like the team that everyone was looking for versus this team, because I mean they haven't won a playoff game in God knows how long. They've never beaten Green Bay in the playoffs, so for me, this was a challenge for them. And just like they've come back from these games. I think this is their eighth game that they've come back and won. And I don't see it being any different. I think that this might be a game in which they start faltering at first, but I do think they come back again in the second half. I think there is going to be a gunsling battle, and I do think they will pull it off in the end. I think it's going to be a close one. And Vic might be right. The over might be the way to go here, but I am thinking that's just a bit too risky for me right now, because these defenses could both show up and play fantastic as well. It's like they both got great offenses, but they also both got great defenses. So for me, they can both take over the game. So for me, I am going to take the Bears spread at plus 3.5. And that's risky as well, but I am taking them to win this with 3.5 spread. Yeah, so I mean, that's the divisional round. I mean, that's like pretty much what we got here. We all got the Bears there for that one. And then I wanted to quickly talk about Vic, you still good to go? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm just walking into Home Depot. You're good. I'm just going to come out phone.
No good. All right, so I wanted to talk about it because we have two big topics here. I just want to get everyone's quick opinions real quick. Aaron Rodgers, his game against the Texans obviously did not go well, and they ended up losing that game. And many are speculating this could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. Do you think he comes back next season? Do you think he just goes to a different team? Maybe he's off the bench? Like, what he's got here for Aaron Rodgers? Do you think this is final game? Do you think that's the end of the Aaron Rodgers saga? Does he retire and go into the sunset?
I don't know. It seems like all the directions are pointing into him retiring, but at the same time, he says, and he said it last night, he's going to have to see how he feels after this after the break and everything. If teams are going to call him, he's going to see, well, obviously the direction now, we know where the Steelers are going. They're looking for a head coach. I mean, maybe this is the next topic we were going to talk about, but they're now looking for a head coach, so we don't know what the direction is going to be there for that team, and if they want to even keep Aaron Rodgers for another year. But I do think there's a high possibility that was his last game we'll see him in.
All right. I don't know how much Vic's got to be able to say here when he's in Home Depot, but I think you want to give me a thumbs up. Do you think it's going to be his last game, Vic? Can you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think he's going to be playing next season?
Okay. I think he doesn't have anything left to prove, man. I think he just needs to retire. I think Pittsburgh's going to just clean out house there and go in a different direction. I can't see there being a team in the league that wants to pick him up. He doesn't. They're already going to be 42, 43. I can't see him staying in the league anymore, producing the way he used to. So I think it's time for him to hang him up, man.
I'm saying both. I think that he retires. I don't know, if he will come back. I think he wants to be on a contending team. He doesn't want to be on no rebuild. He's not going to come here and play in front of the Cardinals or something like that. He's not going to do that. If he wants to play, he wants to be a part of a contending team. And I don't think any contending team right now is looking at Aaron Rodgers as that's the guy we need. So I don't know if we'll see him next year. I don't think any team. I think teams will call him. I just don't think any teams that are in the playoffs right now or might want to join the playoffs next season are going to be looking to be a team that
Green
gets
Bay
in there.
reunion?
No, no, Jordan Love there. You say what you want about Jordan Love, but I think Jordan Love is going to be the guy. He might just retire there, but not to join them and be a part of their season. I just don't think that's happening. One day, at best, to retire with them, and that's it. Which I don't even know if there's love lost there, so he might not even do that. Who knows? We might see Aaron Rodgers' number hanging up in MetLife Stadium as a New York Jet. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. His what? One and a half, not even one snap.
got some historical moments, man. That flag route was crazy. But,
Bro, the whole moment around that just made it that much funnier.
Yeah.
Him running out with the flag.
I was just so sad. That was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking, but it definitely made it funnier.
But yeah, so I think it's his final. I do think it's like it is. And then yeah, like I guess real quickly as we go into it, into the next thing I wanted to talk about, since we all like kind of in agreement in a sense. We have AJ Brown, a part of the Philadelphia Eagles, who has been having constant conflict with the head coach there, Nick Sirianni, as well as the entirety of the team. A lot of drama going on with them. He had a couple of big drops in that game. Didn't really get targeted much after for the rest of the game. It was a whole big deal with it, and he just was not to it. There's just a lot wrong with that game, especially with AJ Brown. And you see AJ Brown playing for another team next season? Do you think there's a possibility in the offseason, even possible for the draft, that we see him getting traded? Now, real quick before I jump into that, sources are saying there are 5 potential landing spots for AJ Brown coming into next season. This has apparently been circulating since the deadline, and people are talking about it more and more. And last night, a couple of different sources have said the same thing, whether it be from CBS analyst, ESPN analyst, I think Adam Schefter, and a couple of other places. But AJ Brown is potential landing spots right now, from what I've seen, have been the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, the 49ers, the Ravens, and the Chargers. Now, all these guys are missing one clear thing, and it's like a number 1 receiver, technically. Honestly, they are.
I wouldn't say the Chargers are missing that.
I think they are. I think McConkey.
They have Stephon Diggs.
McConkey plays slot, and Stephon Diggs is older now.
I meant the Patriots.
Stephon Diggs, to me, first of all, we don't know what his situation is going to be like next season. And then second off, I think AJ Brown, even if he's not a number 1 receiver, he plays the number 2 there. But I think he's going to be number 1 over Stephon Diggs. I just do, truthfully. So those are like the top 5 landing spots. Do you think he gets traded off the Philadelphia Eagles? And do you think it's going to be to any one of those teams? Can you see it possibly being a thing?
I think AJ Brown has just turned into one big headache. He's been a drama queen ever since his 3rd year being a part of the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like constantly, going back to last year, him reading a book on the sidelines, he's just totally... His morale about this Eagles team is just completely down. I don't know how you won a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah.
Is it Nick Sirianni and his relationship? Maybe, but
Sirianni.
I think this is more Sirianni. I think this is more so a whole locker room thing for the Eagles. I don't think it's a one player thing. I don't know if you also saw this, but reports came out after the game that this is more so a Jalen Hurts thing, where they can't get creative enough on the offense because he just can't do it for the Eagles. So I really don't know what's going on with this Eagles thing, being that we're getting all these reports coming out of Philadelphia explaining why this team is in the situation they're in. I mean, yeah, their O-line did not look like the Eagles' O-line's known for. I mean, yeah, they were battling injuries. Landon Dickerson did have some injuries, but he was playing all right for them. Jordan Mailata played great for them this year. But losing guys like Jason Kelce and everything, going with him retiring and everything, it's a big loss for that Eagles offense. They have to rebuild the whole O-line again. And I don't know, man. I can definitely see A.J. Brown being traded because this is just a constant issue going back 2 years now, or even more. And I think his best chances is probably going to be in Buffalo because he's not going to want to downgrade to a team like the Chargers where Justin Herbert, we've seen this, we even talked about this last week, he doesn't have a playoff win yet. Is A.J. Brown going there going to get him over the hump when the Chargers don't have an O-line? I mean, you lost Joe Alt at the beginning of the year for the Chargers. That was a massive impact lost for the Chargers. The Patriots are definitely heading in the right direction. They seem to vibe under. They seem to be buying into Mike Verbal and his motive for the team, and the coaching staff. They all seem to trust them. So the players are playing to them in a way we haven't really seen because nobody expected the Patriots to be 14-3 this year with a new coach. So I think the best shot is going to be with Buffalo, to where he's going to end up getting traded to, if that does happen.
Okay. What about you? See him being traded this season, A.J. Brown? Do you think anyone might go for him?
What were the teams that he could be traded to? Sorry.
It's all good. The top 5 landing spots are the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, the 49ers, the Ravens, or the Chargers.
Yeah, I could see him being traded. Just because of all the stuff going on there in Philly, and he's not happy. I'm sure he'll find a way to get out of there. And yeah, I think Buffalo makes the most sense, honestly. They need a receiver. I think they utilize him fantastically. I know he wouldn't be a crybaby over there because Josh Allen, he'd be his main guy, kind of like how Diggs was when he was there. And yeah, I just think he'd make a great fit for Buffalo. I'd hate for him to come to my division, but unfortunately, I think it'd be great for Buffalo if they went and snagged him.
Oh, you're muted. It sounds like you're muted right now. I don't know what's going on with your mic. There you are.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just. I think it would make sense for Buffalo because they need a weapon. He wants to go, and it makes total sense, And I think he'd be best utilized in Buffalo with Josh Allen.
I think so as well. I mean, the Buffalo Bills in a close second would have been the Ravens for me because they also need a number 1 receiver over there. Zay Flowers for me is not the number 1 receiver over there. Shouldn't be. He's not a number 1 guy. And for me, that's just it would make more sense for him to go there. But I can see him doing really well in Buffalo, and I think if Buffalo wins the Super Bowl, they're not for it. But if they don't win the Super Bowl, I could see them maybe making a move for AJ Brown.
I see if they win the Super Bowl, they're still making a move.
I don't know. I don't think
they're gonna need that number. They still need that number 1 guy to compete with because you got to expect that the whole motive is gonna be, coming out if the Bills do win a Super Bowl. You didn't have to go against a Patty Mahomes. You didn't have to go against a Lamar Jackson, a Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
but you didn't have to go against one of these top guys. It's gonna push them to get a number 1 guy.
I think the asking price would be too steep if they have to go with the number 32 pick because that's basically a second pick. Everyone knows that. I feel like even if you had like say the 27th pick or something like that, it's a little bit better than the 32nd. I feel like the asking price between one and the other is just still going to be too much for me. And I don't know if they go ahead and win the Super Bowl and go for him. I feel like they'd probably just go for a wide receiver out of the draft. It's a very heavy wide receiver draft, and I don't know if it's going to be one of those situations in which we see him go to Buffalo if they win. But
you don't know. And here's another thing too. You're thinking it's going to be a number 1 pick. What if the Eagles are just so fed up that it doesn't even cost you a number 1 pick to get AJ Brown?
It's absolutely going to. 100%.
I mean, okay, but you don't know if the issues are more severe than they are, and they're just fed up with all this, and they're just going to trade him for a number 2 pick and a prospect. No, you don't know.
Not a chance.
Honestly, I don't think his production. I don't even think his production clarifies him as a first-round pick right now. Maybe his name does, but his production, maybe because it's been with Philly, his production, it's declined.
Yeah, this year maybe, but I don't know. I don't see his name going less than a first round pick. I don't think anyone's looking at that because he's number one guy on that team, even with Devon Smith there. I just don't know if they're going to go ahead and trade for anything less because they're going to need to fill that out too. I don't see them going for a second round pick or a third round pick with him. It's a big contract too. I just don't know if they go for anything less than a first at least. And that's just with the first. I feel like there's still going to be more included. I feel like they get a first and maybe a player, not a big player, but I feel like they get a at the very least. That's just my opinion about it, though. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. What's called? All right, and I guess the last final bit here, real quick before we got to go. Mike Tomlin and John. Is it John Harbaugh or is it Jim? It's John, right? John Harbaugh's like the one that's out. Yeah.
John.
So both of them, AFC North, have been occupied by those coaches for as far as the eye could see. And they're now both gone. They are both left. They're both off their teams. Is there potential we could first off maybe even see a swap? Do you think they could pop? Do you see these teams going anywhere else right now?
No. Oh, go ahead. I thought you meant swap, like fucking swap teams. I was like,
I was saying that. I was like, do you think that we could actually see like a coach swap here, basically, or do you feel like, or where do you feel these two coaches end up? Like, what teams do you think need a coach right now that they could end up on?
Now that you say that, I guarantee you the Ravens are going to be on the phone with Mike Tomlinson. I do think that's going to be one of the prime landing spots for him if he does want a head coaching job again. Because we know that he's stepping down. Does this mean that he's retiring Mike Tomlinson? Because, I mean, what? Mike Tomlin? Because this was his 19th season.
19th winning season in a row, yeah.
Yeah, with the Steelers. And is he done?
Hell no.
I don't know what the future holds for him, really.
No way.
I still think that he's going to be a head coach going into next year. But I would think the Ravens is going to be they're going to be on the phone with him. I can almost guarantee it. Because they know what he's capable of after going up against him all these years.
There's a lot of teams that are in need of a head coach. Atlanta, Cleveland, Giants. I mean, Ravens, Steelers, obviously, but there's a lot of teams. I don't know where they could end up. I think I saw something already. Atlanta's interviewing with John.
Yep.
This week.
And Tampa Bay as well. Tampa Bay already interviewed him as well. John Harbaugh.
Whoa, man! If he went to Tampa, or even if either of those coaches went to Tampa with Patty Cameron went out.
Yep.
That'd be great for them. I mean, Todd Bowles has been there for what, like 5 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, I don't know.
Man, it's definitely the head coaching thing to me is definitely a hot topic this year because I think we're seeing teams be completely impatient and quick to all blame it on the head coach, if that makes any sense. Because we see a lot of these head coaches come in, try to build up or shape the motto for the team, and it's just the players aren't buying it. It's like, yeah, the head coach can come up with a game plan and try to put these players in the best spot. But at the end of the day, these players are getting paid millions of dollars to go out there and play. It's not just all on the head coach. It's also on these players that are going out there and not giving it their 100% effort.
Then it's your job to bench him or disciplinary action. Something's got to be done. When Abdul Carter was late to a meeting, when Abdul Carter
Quick question.
The Giants benched his ass.
Who's the better coach? See, for me, if you want a coach that's going to rebuild a team for you, it's going to be Tomlin because 100%. He's been able to get you to the playoffs with rebuilded teams. John has always had pretty much a franchise quarterback there, Flacco, Lamar, always had solid defenses.
Both have had great defenses.
So, like for a younger team, like, I don't know how Tomlin feels, like, if he's trying to win, like, right now, or if he, like, wants to go into Cleveland and clean that all up and turn their whole franchise around, he's the guy to do it. Or then you could look like John Harbaugh goes to the Giants and he's like, man, they're just a couple of pieces away. I could come in here and tell them what it's all about to win. But Tomlin could also be useful on the Giants as well, because he could definitely. I mean, there's a lot of places they could go. I feel like you get a little bit more with Tomlin because he's been tested to take these teams on playoff runs or at least have winning seasons with less than John has.
Yeah, and 19 consecutive winning seasons.
And being in John's division I think they both got on those teams around the same time, like 2005, 2006-ish. That's when they both really started. So like, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, John's come from a crazy background, though, man. He was with New England as a coordinator, I believe, when Belichick was there, and I don't even know if he was working with Parcells, but like, I mean, both these guys got history. Both of these guys are great coaches. Oh, I don't know. It's whoever gets them is going to benefit tremendously. I feel like whoever gets Tomlin, though, might benefit a little bit more, though.
I agree.
I think right now, if I'm choosing, because there's a couple of coaches out there, and I didn't want to mention the rest of them because we'd be here all day talking about and discussing it. But like, there's still like the Browns head coach who's pretty decorated. We have Mike McDaniels as well. He could even go for an offensive coordinator position, which I think the Giants could definitely use. Right now, my dream scenario is I'm going to speak just from a bias like point here. If I could see Giants getting like, I want right now, because I like Tomlin. I do like Tomlin a lot. I like Tomlin and I like them both. But right now, I feel like Tomlin, I think, is the younger guy. I think he's younger than John Harbaugh. But he is. I would like to see someone come in here and, like you said, kind of mold, Jackson Dart a little bit better and make it like something he can go with. And they're both good on defense. So I feel like defensively, they'll both be a plus. And with the Giants probably going defensive heavy in this upcoming draft, my opinions about this upcoming draft have changed for them. And we'll talk about that on a way later date. Right now, it's not really that like important at the moment, but like, I think they're going to go very defensive heavy on this, at least in the first couple of rounds now, thinking about it. And I could see Mike Tomlin being great there. If Mike Tomlin can be a Giant as the head coach, and then maybe Mike McDaniels as an offensive coordinator, that would be like just heaven. I would love that right now. That would be the best case scenario. But I don't know if Mike McDaniels taking anything less than a head coaching job. But I think a is honestly possible. I don't think it's far fetched at all. They both basically go from the same situation, just on not team. They both get booed by their respective teams. I just think it would be hilarious.
Yeah, I was gonna say the switch up if Mike Tomlin does go to Baltimore. Oh, that Steelers fan base, they lost. They swapped and got Patrick Queen
that was just
from the Ravens, and now they lost Mike Tomlin to the Ravens.
That would be nuts,
man.
And I would like to see. I know we didn't speak about it, but I would like to see Mike McDaniels. Honestly, if he was going to be a head coach somewhere, I would like to see him go to the Browns. Like, he could actually do something with the Browns offense, and especially if they go ahead and get him before the draft to actually, like, maybe get some draft picks in there to get some offensive weapons if they're looking for them. I feel like he could actually do some good over on the Browns or Sanders.
I think that's the key goal here is to get a head coach in before the draft.
Yeah, you got to, because you need someone. Someone's got to do these drafts. So I feel like that we're going to see something about it soon. I don't know how soon, but we'll see something soon. But yeah, that's where I would like to be with them. Yeah. So I mean, like, I just wanted to kind of ask those questions real quick because the coaching decision is obviously a big deal here. For the upcoming season, as well as just in general, it's a hot topic. So it was always something.
And the Steelers didn't even fire him; he chose to step down.
He just decided to step down. He didn't get fired. He decided to step down, which is completely understandable. I don't see why not. I mean, we were talking about if he was going to be fired anyway, and then it ended up just being him. It ended up being him stepping down, which I don't think is bad at all.
And we didn't even talk about this. I don't know if you saw this week, but another key situation where John Harbaugh is linked to go to is Green Bay, we don't know if Green Bay is going to get rid of their head coach.
I don't think they're getting LaFleur. I don't think they're getting LaFleur.
And if they do, I seen his name being linked to landing in Green Bay.
I don't think he's getting rid of LaFleur. I think LaFleur's staying over there. I don't think he's getting rid of him. At least in my eyes. That's right, but I don't know. All right. So I guess real quick before we end, we're going to do the same kind of question we did last round. At least for the playoffs, we're going to kind of keep it a theme here. We have 4 playoff matches, 4 games this week. A lot of fun going on for the divisional round. We have here, we'll go over the matchups one more time. We have the Broncos and the Bills, the Patriots and the Texans, the Seahawks and the 49ers, and the Bears and the Rams. For your lightning round question, what is the game of the week for you?
Ooh. Vic, you take this first.
Wow, coward. Fucking coward.
Rams and the Bears.
I'm taking. I'm
going to take Broncos Bills.
I might have to go. Wow, all different. I might take the Seahawks and the 49ers. I think it should another divisional round matchup here. All different ones. I was actually interested to see how we were going to go there. So interesting. We all got 3 different games here, which is good because we all last week. I think we all took the Bills and the Jaguars. So it's a good thing that we got 3 different ones.
No, we all took the Bears and Green Bay.
No, we didn't. I mean, we did. We did like afterwards. I took the Bills and Jaguars. I remember that beforehand, like in the last podcast at least. But all right, if you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Do appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for joining us on the podcast. Dan, Vic, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again next week. This was filmed on, I guess I put it in the description every time. This is filmed on Tuesday. It'll be out on Saturday, so you guys see it. Again, don't forget to check out the rest of the podcast. They're in the playlist below. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy yourselves. See you guys next week.
Peace out, guys. See you next week.